games take time. This game took time. I don't have a PS4, but I do have figurines. I have an imagination, and I spare no expense. So I bought all the resources ahead of time to make this kind of a thing happen because, in between waiting for other projects to come in, video games and such, I thought I would just take a hand at creating something, from my own mind, putting it down for everyone to see. So in my notebook, we have so many different things in here. I keep separate lists of things I want. This is a different board game for Sonic the Hedgehog. It actually uses a Monopoly board, but I'll get into this one later, if that's all right. Since the movie's doing so well, maybe I'll do this one on the weekend. But let's go to, here we go. This is Death Stranding. Now, what you're seeing there is a drawing of an Nendoroid, if you know what a Nendoroid is. So let me zoom in on this. Let's zoom on this and kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to do here. So this is the Sam Porter Bridges Nendoroid to be released later. So you have ingredients. We have what you'll need is to spend about, well, first of all, you need to spend about $80 plus tax on the Great Deliverer Nendoroid. There's two different versions of Sam Porter Bridges Nendoroid. There's the $40 version with just a couple of boxes, and then there's the Great Deliverer, which is like about 20 boxes and all kinds of accessories. So that's $80 plus tax, imported from Japan. So you'll need to spend that, plus another $15 on a U-Bill Monopoly, which I have over here. This is U-Bill Monopoly. I can show that really quick. This is it. So you can build your own kind of choose how long to play. I've showed this so many times. You'll need playing cards. Let me see if I can give you that. Somewhere. These here are Toyota. Now this is a, you can see this is a Nintendo product, Nintendo Company Limited. I like these ones because they're very durable. So let's say you get these, they cost you about, less than $5. I think that's how much I paid for these. And then also you'll need Stormtroopers. Now, these are from Wizards of the Coast. This is from the Wizards of the Coast Star Wars game. So you'll need that. We can focus in. Probably not. But anyway, this like the Scout Bike Troopers. There's all kinds of Stormtroopers, but you'll need Stormtroopers. And you'll also need some of the mule characters. So these are Battle Ball, Milton Bradley's Battle Ball. But you want characters who don't have weapons. Because the Stormtroopers have guns. So if I can show you really quick. If I can find it really quick. See? The Stormtroopers have guns, right? But the Battle Ball characters do not. So you need enemies, different types. Ones with lethal force and ones with brutal force. So the red ones are Mule, and the Stormtroopers are Demers, or the lethal Mule. So that's sort of a... you'll also need Battle Ball die. These, you'll need these as well. The Battle Ball set I bought cost me like 30 bucks. It may be more, like $70. So let me see what else we got. Let me go through this. I'm going to go through the notes. Hot Wheels Crack-Up Car. That's this thing here. So crack-up cars, you can also use cars that are built by magnets so that they can crash. But if you want to get a crack-up car from 1983 on eBay, see, damages. So let's take a look at the other stuff. We got Hot Wheels car. We got the Battle Ball tokens for the mule characters, because it's going to be too hard to find something similar. The Magic Labyrinth. This is a, how much is that game? Like $30? This is the Magic Labyrinth. If I may show you. This will have to take up some space. This is it. A little tricky, isn't it? But in the back of this, it's like a maze, like those, almost like those tilted marble mazes that you put through a wooden maze, a marble. But here you're creating a marble maze. This is for the Metal Gear stealth portions of the routes that you're going to go on. I'll explain everything, you know, from this point forward and how this works. So far you're spending anything from $100 to $200. So I make no money from this. You have to spend the money. But is it worth it? If you really like the game, this is only for those people who really, really like the game and couldn't get enough of it. If that's you, fantastic. So let's see, going on a little bit. You're going to select a random property. So let me go on Sam's turn. I figured this out at the end of this. Okay. So this is Sam's turn. The way you start it out is your goal is to connect all the Monopoly sections. So in this, you can see a whole Monopoly. You see the mother and son. You can see this whole hub world. So the goal in Death Stranding is for you, Sam, to put this whole hub world. This is the prequel to Monopoly, so you have to put the whole thing together. But how do you do that? So before Monopoly, the world of Monopoly came to be, you had to go and put it together. Let me see if I can find Sam's turn. I know it's here because I wrote it all down. So you're shuffling cards. Now these are cards that are property cards. If you remember Monopoly, they are the cards that are your title deeds. So they are title deed cards, and they would correspond to each property. Now, when you build Monopoly, you don't have Park Place or Boardwalk or Pennsylvania Avenue. You have different name properties, because I guess the logic was that if you're rearranging the board, it wouldn't make sense in a logic way. I don't know. I guess it's kind of stupid. So you're going to shuffle the property cards. You draw one. Then you find the hex segments. That's these pieces here. So you're going to find the hex segments that match the ones to the property. So that's going to be Sam's destination. You're basically, you're a fucking mailman delivering mail. And you're going to roll 3 20-sided die. Once you do that, then you're going to base your card route along based on the dice results. So you're going to roll 3 20 die. It will be 3 or greater, or less than 60, or 3 or 60. It can be anything like that. Then you're going to flip a coin. Now, I would say get about 3 pennies, but depending on how many routes you have. There's 6 different hub worlds you can create. I'll go over those in a bit. This is the coin. So you flip a coin. If you get heads, the weather is sunny. If you get tails, the weather is rainy. So it all depends on what you're doing. You're going to reach the goal unless Sam dies along the route. And you're going to travel along the hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spade route made up of playing cards. Then you could build, when you reach the hub world, which is the hexagons in Monopoly, you can do 2 more moves, building bonus buildings, battle a criminal, which is a mule or demurs at a time, land on and use any one of the 4 corner hexes, which is go to jail, go in jail, free parking. There's game over scenarios, whereas if you fail to deliver a criminal body to the go station, which is, pass go, collect, $200, in 20 moves or less, what happens is, what you do when you have a temper tantrum is you just make a mess of the whole board. And that's the equivalent to an atomic bomb destroying the whole world in the Death Stranding video game. So you have to make sure you can deliver only 1 body per time at a time to the destination. So you make sure that you don't, when you do a dice battle with enemies, that you don't kill them, meaning that they roll the highest number, as in Battle Ball. Here, the highest possible die number. Very complicated stuff. So make sure you don't kill your enemies in a dice battle and that you don't have to deliver them. If all properties are destroyed each time Sam dies. So each time Sam dies, he would create a big quarry, a big crater. So the hexagon properties would be just deleted. Bridges. You got houses to build. What the navy blue suitcases are for. These are the 6 hub worlds. So in Monopoly, in You Build Monopoly, you have starter tracks, classic, pro, custom made tracks. And in custom, you can use all property cards and build the properties however you want. But in the original 3 tracks, you can only build what's pre-planned in the Monopoly instruction manual. So you can't connect it any way you want. You have to do it exactly as the way the map shows you. So you're trying to connect that one hub world together. So Stormtroopers, Battle Ball figures, Labyrinth. So if you get let's say you roll the weather, and the weather will determine how your luggage will maintain itself. So you're building bridges and railroads. Railroads connect the world together. That's all it merely does. So the Marina is one of the properties in Monopoly. So you have to roll a 12 die. So I forgot to explain. There's 2 different difficulty settings for determining the card path. You can either use the Battle Ball dice depending on the color of the corresponding property. So let's say the Marina is green, so you use a green die to determine the card path, or you can use the 320 die. So there's different ways to do it. For the blue properties, you can use a 6-sided die. There's different ones, red for Old Town and others. Brown for Summergate. I have different Battle Ball die for this, but if you want to use 3 times 20 die for the card path, you can do that, or you can use the 12 die. There's 2 different difficulty settings for that. But anyway, you lay out the 12 cards. Here are the cryptobiotes. These are the hard cards. And then for club cards, you can use terrain. Terrain is Sam being able to climb over rocks and stuff like that, so the club cards represent that. Diamond cards are vehicles, cargo boxes, and transporters. When cargo boxes are the navy blue ones. Spade cards are mule, demers, and BTs. BTs will only show up on the routes and not on the hub world. So Sam starts his route out, and then what you're going to do is before you start your route, you have to determine the weather, and you also have to determine what kind of order you're going to take out. Now, in the game, you're told the route and you're given packages. So there's 4 different types of packages Sam must deliver. There's gold, silver, small, and gold and silver large. And you have to roll a 9-sided die. Now that's this one here, okay? So this is the die. And this is used in Battle Ball. There's a 0 through 9. So you are counting 0 in this, 0 through 9. So these are durable, these are weak. This is determining on the rain. If you flip a coin and you land on heads, it's sunny, so they're all durable pretty much. And then you have hard cards. You have a BB, so you can restore BB's mental health. You can restore Sam's physical health. You got, I have health meters. Depending on how many boxes Sam carries, he must land on a hearts card to restore his health with the cryptobiotes, which are those little bugs that, Sam has to eat. But let's say Sam has to carry 20 boxes. That means he can only go the length of 3 cards. Even if, let's say he has a 10-card route to go from point A to B, he can only go 3 cards before he dies. So you have to replenish his health. This is a very tricky game. BB's health depends on finding if you fail at climbing terrain in a club card, then you have to find BB again. So BB is crucial for the BTs in the spade cards. This is all complicated nonsense. So this is Sam's health here. This is BB. So this is depending on the club card. So if you fail in terrain, you lose your BB and you have to go back to retrieve it. So that means you have to go a certain number of cards to go back for him. Diamond cards work for transporter. So the car, if I can find it again, if I didn't lose it. So with the car, you can actually bypass a lot of cards. The only thing is that you have to make sure that your car lands on a card on the route. If it goes over the route, it counts as a crash. And then Sam will end up destroying his destination. He'll turn his destination into a crater. So in the case of the marina, it would turn into a crater. So he can't do that. So he has to be very careful with driving. So you can use a car to get there faster. I don't have a motorcycle thing in the game. Let's see what else we got. We have, so coins, toss a coin to determine the weather. So you have weapon and ammo refill here for 7 to 10 of diamonds. Feces, grenade, ammo, plus car repair. You can repair your car if you need to. Let's see. Pro, every 3 routes. So it's, what the weather represents is, so let's say you start from point A to point B, your destination. The weather will change depending on the coin toss. And then you go back and forth and it's a different weather. So let's say you roll 3 heads. That means it's sunny for 3 routes back and forth. So that's what it is. And then we have spade cards, BTs. I'm going to use Black Planeswalker Army from the Magic the Gathering. And you use the Magic Labyrinth. And that's this here. So a lot of different things here. Joker cards. Joker cards will connect 4 properties, regardless of which hub world it is, whether it's the planned one or the custom-made one. Each Joker card can connect 4 properties and 1 bridge and 8 houses per card. So your goal is to get houses, the green houses in Monopoly. You have to get those houses so that you have approved orders that you fulfilled. So that when you deliver all the packages to the destination, then you can do it. So there's a lot of stuff here. These are maps for all the demers, mule. The mule can steal your packages and then set up their own establishment. The demers will just kill you. And then the BTs will also kill you. So there's different maze setups. This one here is for Nerf gun. Now, if Sam gets a weapon along his route, when he encounters demers, I have a Nerf gun. I think you may have seen the Nerf gun. That can be used. So you would stand 3 feet away from the game table and try to shoot your enemy with the Nerf gun. If you shoot your own character in friendly fire, then your character is shot. That's just the way it is. So it's the Nerf gun battle is only if Sam gets caught by any of the demers. If he fails in his Metal Gear Snake, infiltration minigame. So this is the Nerf gun battles, dice roll. Dice roll is how many bullets how many Nerf bullets each character can shoot. The little blue character is from the little wooden blue character from the Magic Labyrinth. If Sam encounters BTs, you can use the cufflinks. You have to roll a perfect 8. The only way to not have to worry about getting a perfect 8 is to sneak by the BT and get to your destination. So if you know how to play Magic Labyrinth, you're supposed to get to a token without dropping your marble. Dropping your marble is the equivalent of making a sound and then alerting the enemies. This is durability. This is in rain. So in the middle of the rain, you have the issue of your gold. Your gold packages last the longest. Your silver ones last kind of long. And then the blue ones, in one turn, you can lose them. So that's why when you arrange packages on the back, on the Aura deck, on Sam's back, you have to be very careful how you arrange it so that you want to arrange the blue ones closest to Sam's back. Now the ones on the side on his arms, you take a risk. But if you lose those suitcases, you lose the items in the suitcase that you can't carry without a suitcase. These are ranks. If you remember the grading system, these are ranks to, so if you deliver the packages on time, you get S rank, A, B, C, D, and F rank. So A, B rank would be 10% of delivery lost or 25%. C or D is 25 to 50% of the delivery lost. F rank is more than 50. So if Sam dies, the destination property or their properties are destroyed, and building things by navy blue case, you can build things. Let's see what else we got here. Bridges, Sam Porter bridges. There's bridges in Monopoly, in the You Build Monopoly. You can build a post office. Police officers, you don't go to jail like in Monopoly, but you can have police help Sam. You can build prisons, you can build wind farms, and each one does something. The best way to, obviously, for you to care about this stuff is for me to show you. There's visiting in jail, mules, prisons. Cop can delete any spade cards after prison is built. You got industrial buildings. The industrial buildings are what the mule are competitors. They're the other postal service. They'll, you have the gray buildings like in Monopoly to take over the green houses. That means Sam has failed. You have schools. Any criminal, any demurs or mule that goes to the school becomes a good guy and ends up building houses. Sewage treatment plants, nuclear power plants, skyscrapers, stadiums, Monopoly Tower. If you get the Monopoly Tower after 3 monopolies, after building 3 monopolies, you win the game, and that's it. Regardless of how many properties are left. Post office, schools, flip a coin for deciding if a criminal should go to school or go to prison. This is Sam's turn. And yeah, pretty much fulfill your orders, the custom trap. So these are all the rules, like 30, 40 pages of rules to go with this. There's only one thing missing, is my Nendoroid, which will not come out till August. We still have to worry about the coronavirus, and hopefully it'll subside. And they'll make it illegal to eat bats, because, you know, you got to do that, because if you're stubborn about it, you're not going to have a China to rule at all. So you'll have items like the gun. The crypto biot is somewhere in here, I think, somewhere in this mess. There's the Aura deck. These are all the suitcases. These are all the suitcases that Sam can carry. Sam can carry as little as 1 or as many as... If you get 4 zeros for a delivery, then you automatically can link up, you know, you get a free house, essentially. So that would be good, but it's, you know, it's the odds of rolling certain numbers. This is for Sam's health, putting on the hat. What else? Sunglasses. This is the gun to use. So let me see if I can get a better. So these are the guns. All kinds of stuff. Let me see if I can just zoom in on this, all this stuff that you're going to look at. So if you get the Magic Labyrinth, the Monopoly, and all this other stuff, and this Nendoroid, you can have a board game version of Death Stranding. So thank you all for tuning in. When this figure does come in, I will show you exactly how this all works. Until then, patience, patience.